Before you jump into Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar, let me share something I really wish someone told me sooner. When I started, I was so excited. I wanted to grow crops, make friends, and run my own little market stall. But honestly, I ended up wasting time and money on things I didn't fully understand. Looking back, there were 7 beginner mistakes that really slowed me down. Some were small annoyances, but one of them nearly ruined my first bazaar. I'll share that one later so you don't fall into the same trap. So, if you want a smoother, cozier start, and to avoid the headaches I went through, stick with me. Let's start with the very first mistake that caught me off guard, getting items from the mail right away. I just get too excited, especially at the start where you keep unlocking these shiny new titles and every reward that comes with them. A title is a personal label or tag to your farmer, which is also the achievement system of the game. And let me tell you, there are a lot of achievements in the game, from just starting a farm to earning a million. Going back, you only have a few slots in your backpack and storage at the start, and sometimes the rewards you get aren't something you need right away. It's okay to just leave it at the mail, because it not only saves you an item slot, it also saves you time because you can take it out anywhere. Like for example, in the bazaar right before you open your shop. That little trick alone would have saved me so much wasted time. No running to and from your farm. You see, in the beginning, you don't have the green storage box yet. This box connects you to your storage, so it will be pretty handy once it becomes available. Aside from that, freshness is paused in the mailbox too, so if the reward is perishable, it'll stay in perfect condition until you're actually ready to sell it. Now, here's where I really slowed myself down. I thought the only way to sell was at the Saturday Bazaar since the game doesn't have a shipping bin. So I stockpiled items, waiting for the weekend, while I was broke all week and struggling to buy more seeds. What I didn't realize at first was that you can sell to shops in town on any day of the week. The game doesn't really highlight it. You see the option, but at least for me, it didn't click until a few purchases later. I am just thankful that we don't need money to upgrade our tools, and the services are only available on Bazaar Day, so the times you need funds in between bazaars are pretty limited. Early on, one of the best ways to make quick money is by finding medals. You'll stumble across them while exploring or tilling rough soil, and they can sell for anywhere between 100 and 1,500 gold depending on the type. You can find them here. And while some characters love medals, I'd honestly hold off on gifting them early. They're way too valuable for building up your funds. Of course, medals also count towards the bazaar earnings goal, so you can be strategic about it and sell them at the bazaar. I'll be sharing my mistakes at the bazaar later, so stay tuned. Now, buying and planting seeds is one thing, planting tree saplings is another. In Grand Bazaar, you have a limited plot to plant seeds, and my mistake was planting a tree sapling at the start because it consumed 9 plots. It took a half season to grow. That's 2 bazaars. I personally would have grown crops or flowers instead, because if you ever need fruits, you can just plant fruit crops. You'll get them faster and get more of them. I'm not saying to never plant tree saplings, but maybe only when you have unlocked the second land for farming. Just a side note, please don't forget to keep fertilizing your crops. Creating fertilizer is super simple in this game. You just need the weeds scattered all around your farm, the town, and the mountains. Because not only will you increase the quality rating of the crop, which sells for more, but you can also get high-quality seeds from those crops once the blue windmill is unlocked at Bazaar Rank 3. This will be your road to getting those 5-star crops. I love how easily accessible the windmills are, not just in terms of location, but also when they are unlocked, which is pretty early on. My mistake was that I wasn't making use of the full potential of a windmill. Let me explain. From the tutorials, we are told that each windmill can have 6 jobs running at the same time, and that the speed of the job will depend on the wind speed. Those won't change. But what I failed to understand at the start was that those 6 jobs don't have to be all different from each other. For example, I want to plant this 3-star pumpkin tomorrow so that it will be fully grown by the next bazaar. So I will just cut these and run multiple jobs in parallel. I know it's pretty obvious at first, but sometimes you can't really see things right in front of you. Also, try your best to have your windmills running most of the time. One of which I tend to forget and take too long to craft are the lumber and stones. There are higher level versions of these and will require the basic ones to craft. These will be very useful in upgrading your tools and completing quests. Moving on to something that might just be me, but one of my mistakes is not practicing gliding. Because you see, you will lose stamina when you fall in water. And it took me a while to get the hang of it. Remember to always consider the wind speed of the day, so you can access areas you normally won't be able to. It took me the whole season to realize you can glide to here. I was wondering why there were so many jumping barrels around the mountains. In the game, areas where forageables spawn are set and only change per season, so try your best to explore on the first day and map out which forageables you need. The forageables usually spawn twice in a day, at least in my gameplay. This means that once you already got the item in the morning, you can come back to the same area and find another forageable. While the areas are set, the number of forageables are not, so sometimes we get 0. And this does get annoying, especially if it's a difficult climb or it takes a while to get there. So just a gentle reminder to check first if there is a forageable first before proceeding. Speaking of saving time, one of my mistakes is that I did not consider that triggering events also uses up time. This includes the bazaar results, heart events, story events, and the like. I was so excited when I first saw that exclamation on the map, and then I triggered it. The scene was fun, don't get me wrong, but now I have a little less time to grind. I would just like to have a little heads up. And to be honest, I didn't realize it before, only when I was up to my ears in things to do that I did. So here's my little heads up so that you can plan around it better than I did. Oh, and by the way, in line with time, sleep time affects your waking time. Do not let the tutorial fool you, telling you that you have until 5 AM to go to sleep. Sleep before 10 PM and you'll wake up at 6 AM. Sleep before 11 PM and you'll wake up at 7 AM, and so on. Moving on to one of my detrimental mistakes early on, and that is not preparing the day before the bazaar. I mentioned earlier that you will move back and forth from your farm and the bazaar because that's what happened to me. Here's the thing. You can move your wares to the shop storage any day, and you have quick access to that storage during the morning and afternoon shift when you're selling in the bazaar. Now, if you have a lot of things to sell, having this already filled up along with the items in your backpack might just save you a trip from your farm. That's one of the main reasons why I would recommend for you to get Wilbur's bag and storage expansions first, because it not only helps during the bazaar, but also your day-to-day life preparing for it. My first few bazaar days were definitely a rush, especially with all the new stalls and the limited time checking them out. Just remember that the map is there to help guide you. In the beginning, I only ever decorated with the free decor we get from the achievements and quests, but one thing I do recommend buying first are the counters, which have price up decor buff for obvious reasons. It will help you maximize your profits. And if any of these little lessons are helping you feel more prepared, I'd really appreciate a like on the video. It's a small thing, but it helps me know that sharing these cozy mistakes is actually useful for you too. Another mistake of mine is triggering the cheer time haphazardly without any strategy whatsoever. As long as I'm able to fill the gauge and trigger it, done. There's nothing wrong with that. However, we can also take advantage of the quality up buff of the sprites during cheer time. The more expensive the item is, the higher the amount the increase in quality adds on. So, leave the expensive items for later when you trigger the cheer time. If a customer is looking for the expensive item, It's okay to let them be and focus on selling the bulk items to help fill the gauge for cheer time. Once you're able to trigger cheer time, that's when you place the expensive items for sale and rake in the profits. Outside the bazaar, harvest sprites can increase the quality ratings of your items permanently. Give them items within their categories to increase their levels. I would recommend increasing forage level first because it's not only the easiest but also the most useful. It increases the quality of weeds, which means fertilizer and crops. Not to mention, gemstones are forageables as well, so it increases its value and, well, profit. And if you're loving these cozy farming sim vibes and want to see what else is there, you'll definitely want to check out my breakdown of Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. It's got farming, life sim elements, and even a wild twist with the two protagonists' past engagement. Plus, I'll share all the features and hidden details you need to know. Click here to watch and get caught up so you'll be ready without missing a thing.